We speak to Alan Cheboy, Senior Manager of Investigations at Code for Africa. Code for Africa, along with other entities, work together to study the coordinated inauthentic behavior that was going on at the peak of the Ugandan elections. Today, he speaks to me and goes deep into how they got to know about it and what they did about it. Alan, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. So talk to us about what interested you to look into the Ugandan elections and the inauthentic coordinated behavior that was happening at that time.
So when we looked at the images being posted on PesaCheck's database, we realized that there are a couple of false images that were being shared in a really coordinated way using the hashtag #StopHooliganism. And when we did so, PesaCheck did the fact-checking of the images, the content themselves, and we found that they're actually reusing past images from even Uganda itself, previous protests that have happened. They were even reusing posts from Kenya and even the genocide in Rwanda, yeah? And republishing those and telling people, this is what is happening in the country, we need to tell these people to stop hooliganism. So from that perspective, even as an investigator, you know, there is a problem because this picture is not a current picture. So there has to be someone pushing an agenda on this particular hashtag. So we collected the data behind the hashtag, so all the posts mentioning those hashtags, both on Twitter and on Facebook, and we did a network map to understand who is behind what are the timings of the posting. So if I post, as a user, I post right now at 12:01, and within that 12:01 time slot to 12:02, we have 10 other users posting at the same time. Then that is very suspicious, right? And these accounts are posting and they are pretending that they don't even know each other. And then they end up amplifying each other. So this account likes this post, this account comments on this post. So there is actually a network operating. And we identified all those accounts and we said, here, we don't know who is doing it. So we need to ask the owner of the platform, who was Facebook.
So through this collaboration, you raised it to Facebook. Are you happy that this is an impact and the power that data and researchers and collaborating with investigative journalists were able to raise this flag and the action that Facebook took? Do you feel that there was impact out of your work?
So as researchers, you really want to know because of curiosity and you're doing an investigation, you want to attribute this content or this behavior to an institution or to someone. Even if it will be one person, it could even be a politician. So we didn't know who we were dealing with there. So we did share the data with Facebook. Facebook looked at it. They said they'll do their own internal investigation. They did it. Now they usually publish what they call Facebook transparency reports to highlight coordinated inauthentic behavior on their transparency website. So they did publish, and they found even more accounts that we had not even found. And they shared with us, and we were like, yeah, this is part of the network. So that collaboration that we did ended up that Facebook actually verified that these accounts are working in a coordinated way, and their purpose is to share this type of content, so we need to take them down. And they could attribute it to the Ministry of Information, I believe, in Uganda. So that process of attributing it, I don't think we'll ever know because they have their own internal policies, so they can't share some bit of information on how they did it because it's confidential information. There are metrics that they use within Facebook itself to investigate further, the back-end information.
How important is it for researchers and data analysts to collaborate with investigative journalists in raising such issues?
The whole of the team at the iLab, most of them are data scientists and data researchers. So what that means is they're able to deal with a lot of social media data because on a normal day, if I can give you an idea, is we'll download almost 30,000 tweets for review. If there's a hashtag trending, we'll download probably 20,000 posts from Facebook for review on a normal day. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of data that you need to review. And that is why data analysts to do that. And the structure is the storytelling part of it. So yes, you find evidence, you find a lot of content, you find a lot of coordinated behavior, but the reporting part of it, the journalists are the ones who are good at it.
Alan Cheboy, Senior Manager, Investigations Code for Africa. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
My pleasure.